Emotions are what makes us who we are. If you don't know how to handle them, they tend to be somewhat of a burden, but they are what makes us and drive us to be something in this world. Everything is run by our emotions, our acts, our jobs, our everyday interactions. No matter how you look at them, you do everything based on how you feel. Like, remember the last time you were happy, how everything seemed bright, how your talks with people felt warm, how everything seemed like sunshines and rainbows. Now, remember the last time you were down, how those same talks felt dreaded, how everything seemed that it isn't worth it, and it all built up. We tend to look at everything with emotion-stained glasses, where whatever we feel can change what we see. Happiness makes everything look bright. Sadness can make whatever seem bright change. We all want to always feel like this world is on our side, like everything is always right, but the world doesn't revolve around us. This is the sad truth. I always felt like I wanted to make something of myself, to achieve things with my life. At some point, I sat down with myself and decided what my life goals would be, the dreams that I always hoped will make my life complete. And finally, I'm gonna be happy. Like what we saw in our favorite animes, where the hero always had purpose, something that he always followed to be something in this world. Finally, I reached some of the things that I set out to do. Time after time, something became clear. I was only happy for the moment. I tried to understand why no matter what I accomplish, I still get the feeling that I'm not complete, like there's a void in me which nothing seemed to fill. And after searching, I realized what was that void, why sometimes the things we think we want to make us happy just aren't it. It's because we are people who are flawed. Sure, accomplishments make us happy, but we always look for the next thing, not realizing what will make us happy isn't just that, isn't the things that we achieve or the money that we make. It's a lot different. It's who we're with, the feelings we get from the people around us. At that point, I was invested in anime a lot, and the themes that I was most interested in were slice of life and romance, like Anohana, A Silent Voice, The Garden of Words, Dora. Those are just some of the animes that at that point I was heavily invested in. I was young, lost, always thinking too much, and I needed something to make me see the world like I have never seen before, see the things that I think were missing. I never knew what exactly I wanted. Was it just the accomplishments? Was it something else? I never knew what the future holds, and that's a scary feeling that you get. Like, will I ever be truly and honestly happy? To my surprise, anime made me see what I was missing, the slice of my life that was lost in this world, the feeling that I was always longing for without knowing it, and it was love. It was a cold December night. We haven't seen the sun in a while. I was home, nothing to do, nowhere to be. I remember that night that I was searching through my anime list, and I stumbled upon a movie called Your Name, which was written by Makoto Shinkai. I was a fan of his works on The Garden of Words and 5 centimeters per second, seeing that it was written by Shinkai and that it was also romance. And going in, I didn't see any reviews or anything that would make my opinion biased. And I was glad that I did that, because this movie was one which changed a lot in my life and made me see the world in a whole different way. Your Name is a movie which follows the life of two main characters, Taki and Mitsuha. Both living in their own world. Taki living in Tokyo, living the city life, and Mitsuha, a girl who lives in the countryside. Both are so far away, but life somehow brings the two, and their paths cross each other. As they start switching bodies, they start living each other's lives, and start seeing the world in a whole different way. Throughout the movie, those two characters who never knew they needed each other became the pieces missing from their lives. They completed one another, no matter what distance was between them, nor what circumstances tried to drive them apart. At the end, they both knew what they have always been searching for. And it wasn't a job or a degree, it wasn't even the perfect life, but what they have always been searching for was each other, that feeling that they shared for one another. Love was enough to make their lives whole. At that point, from watching it, I haven't been through that. I haven't felt like that towards someone in my life, where your feeling for someone else are stronger than anything this world put in front of you. I knew then what I was missing, the feeling of love. Your Name was the anime which opened my eyes to that feeling and made me see that the world has a plan for all of us. We aren't born complete, but at some point in our lives, we will meet the person which will complete us. But as all things in this world, love can't be forced. It doesn't have a time and a place. It just happens. And when you feel it, you will know that it was love. We may all experience the joy of loving someone, but each experience will be different. Honestly, when I saw Your Name at that point, I wanted to feel the way that they both felt about each other. And at some point in my life, I felt that. I got that feeling. And it was honestly something that will change who you are. It really, really changes someone. Love isn't perfect. It doesn't have to always be like that for everyone. Each has his own journey and feelings change from one another, but love forgives. If you have ever watched A Silent Voice, which I highly recommend, it embodies the concept of imperfect love. What I mean by that, it doesn't matter who you are or what you have been through. At some point of your life, you will stumble upon the one you have been longing for. And it doesn't care what you did in your past or the things that you can't forgive yourself for. It will see you for who you truly are. Shoko was a deaf girl who for most of her life was bullied for something that she was born with. Shoya, the other main character, on the other hand, was a bully who made Shoko's life hell. As they got older, Shoya got distant from everyone. His life became a living hell. He didn't have friends and he didn't try to socialize. This was embodied with the concept of X's on everyone's face because he didn't try to see them for who they are. He kept himself away from them. In a way, he encountered Shoko. Seeing her, he realized that he needs to make everything right to correct his past mistakes. Maybe this way, everything will change. Throughout the movie, he tries to be a better person. We walk with him on his journey for forgiveness, and soon he makes friends and falls in love with Shoko, at which point his view of the world changes and he starts seeing it and seeing everyone in it. In a way, he have it in his life. The love of his friends, the love that he feels for Shoko, made him see the world for what it is, for what it has to offer. It gave him hope in this world. Love forgives. Love changes someone. It's not always just the love of one individual or just the love that you get which changes you. Sometimes it's the love you give which can change your life. This is what A Silent Voice teaches us. Everyone deserves a second chance. Everyone deserves to love and be loved back. We all want to look at this world in a way which will make us happy, to always have the feeling of warmth in our heart. And the feeling does happen to all of us. We will just have to be ready when we stumble upon it. You will meet the one who will complete you, who will be the reason you wake up every day, be the reason why you look forward to each day. We all are gonna meet that someone. Love doesn't have a time or a place. It doesn't care if you are a student, a farmer, a doctor. It will reach you somehow. The thing that it wants from you is when it happens to give the love you get back. Only then you will see the world in a way you have never seen before. Only then the lenses on your emotion-stained glasses will become brighter. Why do we connect with anime? Why does a character which doesn't exist make us happy and impact our lives? To some, it may sound crazy. How can you look up to a character which doesn't exist, a character whose whole existence can't happen in real life? For the longest time, I didn't have the answer to that. When I used to watch anime, I used to watch it because it's fun. When I was a kid, I didn't know how much it impacted my life. Only when I got older, I saw how it changed everything. Because anime is the lives of characters with different journeys, living different lives. We look up to them because they all see the world differently. They see the things that we sometimes look over in our own. The simplest things, which we are all caught up to look at. This is why we all look up to them. Because we want to see and feel like they do. Live carelessly. Love someone deeply. It's an escape of some sort. It's like seeing how you should be like. Seeing a version of you that you can become someday. They express their emotions far better than we do. They express what our hearts feel, what we have always wanted to bring out our deepest emotions. To self-love and always believe that we can become what we always dreamed of. Because when you love yourself, the world will love you back. I learned a lot from anime. To never give up on someone you love. To always chase my dreams. To look at the bright side of everything my life has to offer. And most importantly, to always be me, no matter what everyone else thinks. It taught me also how to love. What's that emotion? The emotion that a lot of us are so afraid of having and so afraid of embracing. It opened my eyes on what my life can be with it. How when it happens, it can really change who I am. So when someone makes fun of the fact you like anime or you look up to some anime characters, let them. They don't see the world like you do, and they will never will. It's your own journey. It's who you are. Because love is a powerful emotion. With it, lives can change. This is what anime taught me. Made me see the world like I haven't seen it before. Made my emotion-tinted glasses see the bright side of my life. This is how anime taught me love. But as we come to the end, I wanna hear from you now. What animes impacted you and in what aspect? Let me know in the comments. But all in all, I wanna thank you all for reaching this point. Love you all. And if you enjoyed, you could subscribe and like. It will really help me out a lot. But enough of that. Thank you once more, and saying that, I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.